All right, finishing off 14.A. Question J. There's really nothing I can do inside the parentheses. Be careful of this minus. This minus is just a negative. It's not up here in the exponent, so this minus doesn't move anything. If it were up here, if this were x to the negative 3, then we could move that x to the top. But that negative doesn't do anything. However, that negative right there does stuff. That negative tells me take the whole fraction and flip it. So this is negative x cubed over 3b squared squared. Then I can square everything. Now notice when I square, this negative is inside this parenthesis. The negative is getting squared. Two negatives make a positive. So this becomes x to the 6th. It's like this back up here. This means negative 5 times negative 5, which is 25. This means negative x cubed times negative x cubed. Negative times negative is positive. And then down here, 3 squared is 9. Multiply your powers, b to the 4th. All right, evaluate, assuming all values are approximate. All right, so here's the mistake most students will make on this problem. They'll grab their calculator, minus, let's see, negative 42.6 squared, minus parenthesis, negative 7.32 cubed, and they'll try to figure out what the answer should be. Here's the deal though, because I told you that these numbers are approximate, we have to be careful. We have to be careful about the accuracy and the precision issues, the things we talked about in the last section. So what I should really do is I should grab my calculator and I should do negative 42.6 squared. So this is going to be, don't forget this minus sign here, this is going to be negative 1789.29. However, I squared something. When I squared something, I get to keep the same number of significant digits. 1, 2, 3 significant digits. 1, 2, 3 significant digits. Underline that spot right there. Minus. Then I got to do the same thing. I got to cube this. Put it inside parentheses. Negative 7.32 cubed. So this is minus. We got this. That minus is this minus. When we cube something, we got another minus. So this is minus 392.223168. And again, we started with 3 significant digits. We can keep 3 significant digits. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm subtracting. And when I subtract, now it's precision, not number of significant digits. Notice this is in the tens place. This is in the ones place. This number is less precise. So our final answer has to be rounded to the nearest hundred. So now I'm going to do negative 1789.29 minus the answer. Calculator remembers what that is. I don't have to type it all in again. I like that. Equals, and I have to give my answer to the nearest 10 because that's the precision of this number. To the nearest 10, it's negative 1400. So remember, when I typed the whole thing in originally, and I got that, a lot of students will say, well, this one has 3 significant digits, that one has 3 significant digits, I can keep 3 significant digits. Doesn't work that way, unfortunately. You've got to do each step at a time, keeping track, because when you subtract, it's not a keep significant digits thing anymore. All right, this last one. Evaluate 3x squared minus 2x for x equals negative 5. I'm going to show you the mistake most students will make. They'll write 3 times negative 5 squared minus 2 times negative 5, and then they'll type it into their calculator. 3 times negative 5 squared minus 2 times negative 5, and they'll write negative 65. And that answer is not correct. And the reason is this x squared, of course, means x times x. So when I plug in negative 5, I need to do negative 5 times negative 5, which means over here, I need parentheses. Without the parentheses, again, the calculator does 5 squared and then does the minus. So this is a really, really, really good rule of thumb. I'm going to write it even. When you plug in negative numbers, put them in parentheses. And that way you will follow the order of operations correctly. So the right answer should be 3 times negative 5 squared minus 2 times negative 5. And you'll notice I did it out of habit here. I put this one in parentheses. I purposely didn't do it here to purposely get the wrong answer so I could make this point. The right answer should be 85, which you can see is a lot different. We got negative 65 the first time. Okay, so that ends section 1.4a. I'll get working on 1.4b.